little tune this time just to warm up on. It was written by Irving Berlin in 1910, originally called Alexander and his Ragtime Clarionet. And in 1911, Ted Snyder, his publisher, told me to change the lyrics, change the tune, to add anything in there, but to add some lyrics as well. And so it happened that that's what he did, under protest. And he said it was the best thing. When I talked to Berlin, he told me it was the best thing ever happened to him, that Snyder insisted that he change that tune around. It'll never sell as Alexander's Ragtime Clarionet, the old-fashioned spelling. So he changed it to Alexander's. He asked Snyder, he said, what the hell do you want me to put in there? And Snyder, also answering him back, said, well, I don't care. Swanee River played in ragtime. No matter to me what you put in there, but put something in there. So he changed it. He said the best thing he ever did. He always thanked Snyder for insisting that he re-resurrect that tune from, they had, I think, 10,000 copies originally published it, and Snyder had 9,999 in his garage. Berlin brought the only copy. That's not quite true, a little story, but that's exactly what happened, and Berlin did change it around, and he wrote Alexander's Ragtime Band. He's lived so long, he's 99 years young today, and has the next birthday next February. 99 years young, sound of mind, but frail of body, and doesn't see anybody anymore. I can really say that he's a good friend, and more than an acquaintance. And I met him about 7 times in my lifetime. But anyhow, be that as it may. Alexander's Ragtime Band, and if you care to hear the Swanee River played in red. Now let's see, little Steve. Right after that, I wrote Home for Money. A little tune this time, written in 1913, entitled I Used to Call Her Baby, but now... Vamp tool ready? I used to call her baby, 'cause she was just a baby to me. When she said we should wed, I really felt glad. Took her home and introduced her to my dad. That's when I lost my baby. Dad has all that cash you see. She never even stopped to say ta-ta. Next thing I knew, she'd gone and married my pa. To think I used to call her baby, well now I have to call her mom. I used to call her baby, 'cause she was just a baby to me. When she said we should wed, I really felt glad. Took her home and introduced her to my dad. That's when I lost my baby. Dad is all that cash you see. She never even stopped to say ta-ta. Next thing I knew, she'd gone and married my pa. I think I used to call her baby. Well, now I have to call her mom. Now I have to call her mom. This morning when I was hearing Glenn lecture at the seminar that they had, it was interesting. He touched on everything except the cash register in the saloon. This music is infectious, and there was a lady came up to me today and said, you wrote me the last card in 1955 at the Red Dog Saloon. Well, that is quite a while between cards. I'll admit that, especially a prolific writer like myself. But I must admit that I can remember at Red Dog Saloon, we used to have, the bartenders used to wear Mackinaws, and they had the sleeves rolled up. There was a fox fur up on above the bar. It said "Dumb Fox." And I used to look at that. It was all dusty. And they hired me to play the piano in this place. So we got into white shirts, and before long we had all the business in town. We actually used to open the door so this music could drift out on the street. You'd watch people go by the front of the Red Dog. They'd go out a few steps and they'd duck in. Had free lunch. And they come in there, have a free lunch, have a couple of beers, and after a while we had all the business in town. It was wonderful. And it just, the same thing applied to the 76 Club in a sense. People came in off the street, and the 76 lunch we used to have there, and Roger Brown was there, and I remember those days, and Turkey was there, remember her? Yeah, Jim Kinnear. We all remember Turkey. She survived 1 year in that place.